Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty transformative, actually. It's the dramatic role artificial intelligence is playing in customer retention, specifically within the insurance world, which is, massive and complex. Our mission today, really get under the hood. We want to pull out the key insights on how insurers are using advanced analytics to, well, build genuinely stronger bonds with policyholders. It's not just about cutting costs. It's really about engineering loyalty.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, truly fascinating, is the impact is already clear. It's measurable. We're looking at data from a 2025 report, aggregated from our sources, showing insurers using AI effectively have seen a huge jump, about a 25% increase in overall customer retention.
Yeah, okay, 25%. That's not just tweaking things. That's a fundamental shift.
It absolutely is.
It implies a totally different competitive landscape and, for policyholders, hopefully a much better experience.
Yeah. Exactly. And, to put that 25% in context a bit more, this kind of aggressive improvement, it's really popping in the high volume areas like homeowners and auto insurance. AI is basically letting them turn these huge data sets they've always had but maybe underused into really smart, actionable loyalty strategies.
Okay, all right, let's unpack this then, because like you said, 25% retention doesn't just happen because you installed a new chatbot. How is AI actually delivering this sort of hyper-personalized experience and this proactive support? Where does it even start?
Well, it really starts with the data, ingestion and synthesis. The AI systems pull in all these crucial customer data points, and when we say crucial, it's everything. Claims history, detailed payment patterns, interaction records too, chat logs, call summaries, you name it, pretty much. And the immediate goal, the first step really, is to build a very precise predictive model from all that. So the AI is constantly scoring, trying to pinpoint who might be an at-risk client. But, and this is key, it doesn't just flag them like, hey, this person might leave. It actually gives recommendations for tailored interventions, things you can do to prevent that churn before the customer is already shopping around.
Okay, tailored intervention. That sounds important, but maybe a bit vague. Can you give us a concrete example? Like, what does that feel like for me, the policyholder? Is it just another email campaign?
Oh, definitely not. I mean, generic email blasts, that's probably driving people away. A tailored intervention might be something like this. AI notices a client keeps logging in, looking at their policy documents page, maybe spending time checking deductible limits, and perhaps they also just missed a payment deadline.
Okay. Connecting the dots.
Exactly. The system sees that combination and flags it as a high-risk indicator. Maybe financial strain, maybe confusion about the policy. So the intervention isn't a sales pitch. It's maybe a proactive call, a non-sales call, offering a quick review of their policy, see if adjusting deductibles could help, or maybe discuss payment options. It's advisory, targeted right at the pain points the AI detected from their digital behavior.
So the AI is almost like a relationship risk manager, constantly monitoring.
Okay.
And the specific tools mentioned in the sources, chatbots, sentiment analysis, how do they actually fit into delivering these, complex interventions?
Right. The tools are sort of the delivery arms. Take the 247 chatbots. These aren't the old clunky ones anymore. They're running on advanced natural language processing, NLP, so they understand context, the user's intent, even nuances in conversation that used to need a human.
Right. NLP makes a big difference there.
A huge difference. Because it means simple stuff, billing questions, updating contact info gets resolved instantly. That removes a ton of common friction points. And by handling all that volume, the human agents are freed up to focus precisely on those complex, tailored interventions we were just talking about.
Okay, that makes sense. And the sources also pointed to sentiment analysis being crucial in this. So we're not just tracking clicks, we're trying to gauge what frustration levels. How smart is this satisfaction gauge?
It's getting quite sophisticated, actually. It works across pretty much all the text communication channels. Sentiment analysis basically measures the emotional tone, the underlying mood in the customer's messages. It looks at word choice, punctuation, even phrasing it can pick up on language signaling, frustration, or impatience, even if the question itself is straightforward.
So it can tell if I'm getting annoyed, even if I'm being polite.
Kind of, yeah. If a customer uses words linked to anxiety or dissatisfaction, maybe in a chat with a bot, the system flags that emotional shift right away. It can then trigger an alert, maybe bypass the standard automated flow, and escalate straight to a human supervisor. And that supervisor gets the context, including the sentiment history. It stops small irritations from snowballing into, I'm canceling my policy.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me, the actual results. We've got the mechanics down, but what are the specific measurable benefits? The stuff our listener, whether they're in the industry or just a policyholder, can really latch onto.
Right, the payoff. Well, let's start with that personalization piece. Those AI-driven recommendations, the tailored advice, the upgrades that feel relevant, they really work for loyalty. Our sources are showing these specific interventions are boosting renewal rates by, get this, 15 to 20%.
15 to 20%. Just from smarter recommendations. That's enormous.
It really is.
Especially when you think about customer acquisition costs in insurance. Keeping customers is way cheaper. Boosting renewals by a fifth. That's a massive ROI.
Absolutely. But it's not just the smart recommendations, it's also about speed. Operational efficiency, that's often the biggest consumer gripe, right?
Well,
Waiting.
Oh, definitely. The whole times.
Exactly. And AI is tackling that head on. The sources show major efficiency gains because these automated responses handle so much of the basic traffic. We're seeing about a 50% reduction in average service response times. Half.
50% reduction. Wow. So no more 20 minutes on hold just to change your address. That alone would reduce friction hugely.
Precisely. And that speed links right back to retention through proactive service. Think about a small admin error, maybe a tiny premium miscalculation.
Okay.
Before AI, you might get an odd bill, wait ages on hold to argue about it, get really frustrated, and maybe start looking elsewhere while you're fuming.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
But now, with early issue detection and that super fast response time, the system might spot the error itself, correct it, notify you about the correction, and maybe even offer a small goodwill credit, all before you even notice the mistake or had to call. It nips the problem in the bud, stops it becoming a reason to leave.
Right. Solving problems before they become problems.
Yeah.
And beyond just fixing things, you also mentioned AI driving smarter rewards, moving past the generic stuff.
That's right. The insights from the AI let insurers offer really targeted loyalty rewards, incentives that actually mean something to that specific customer. So instead of, say, a standard 5% discount for everyone after a year, maybe the system sees a long-term driver, low claims, who just installed a new safety feature in their car. The reward could be tailored. An immediate, specific premium cut linked directly to that safety feature. It makes the customer feel like, hey, they notice they value my good behavior.
Personal and relevant rewards. That definitely fosters commitment more than a generic happy birthday email.
Exactly. When rewards feel earned and relevant, they stick.
Okay, so we've established AI is optimizing service now, driving these impressive retention numbers using existing data like claims and interactions. So what does this all mean looking forward? Where does this evolution go next?
Well, the sources suggest the next stage is about deeper integration, making the predictions and personalization even richer. AI is merging more closely with related technologies, things that allow for much more nuanced data collection and interaction. Specifically, we're seeing increased integration with advanced voice recognition and also cutting-edge behavioral analytics.
Okay, let's pause there. Behavioral analytics, that sounds a bit like just looking at history again. How is it different from analyzing claims and payment patterns?
That's a fair question. Standard history tells you what someone did. They filed a claim, paid on time, whatever. Behavioral analytics tries to understand what they might do next and where subtle friction points are developing now. It analyzes their digital footprint within the insurer's ecosystem.
Ah, okay, like how they use the website or app?
Exactly. For instance, maybe a policyholder logs in repeatedly, goes straight to the how to file a claim FAQ, spends 5 minutes reading it, but then logs out. Doesn't chat, doesn't call. The behavioral model flags that. It suggests stress, maybe anticipating a claim, but also maybe some anxiety about contacting the company.
Right, avoiding the phone call.
Potentially. So the intervention can be hyper-targeted. Maybe a subtle pop-up in the app next time they log in, offering a simplified digital claim submission link, makes it less daunting.
That really shifts things from just reacting to anticipating needs. And how does voice recognition play into this?
Voice recognition is going way beyond just transcribing words now. The tech is analyzing how things are said, the paralinguistic features. It's listening to the customer's tone, their speaking speed, pitch, even hesitations during calls, even with automated systems.
So it's picking up on stress in the voice.
Yes, exactly. If someone sounds audibly stressed or frustrated or uncertain while talking about, say, a payment issue. The system captures that biometric and tonal data. It adds that to the overall sentiment picture, and that real-time data can trigger an immediate switch. Maybe move the customer instantly from the automated system to a high-priority human agent, possibly one trained specifically for handling more emotional calls.
Got it. And the ultimate goal of all this deeper integration, according to the research, is aiming for, what do they call it? Seamless, empathetic service.
That's the phrase, yes. The idea is to make the technology so efficient, so accurate in its predictions and personalization, that the whole experience feels effortless and, crucially, understanding. It's about trying to eliminate basically all those classic friction points, the waiting, the generic answers, feeling like just a policy number that used to push people away. It's about making the customer feel genuinely seen and valued, but doing it efficiently at a massive scale.
This has been a fascinating deep dive, truly. It's clear that pulling together claims data, NLP, sentiment analysis, these predictive models, is producing huge measurable results. That 25% retention figure we started with really underscores it. Insurance seems to be shifting from just a necessary transaction to something potentially more personalized, more advisory.
Yeah, it really is. And, this raises a really important question, I think, for everyone involved, users, developers, insurers. If the stated goal of AI in insurance is to deliver seamless, empathetic service and cut response times in half, does the real competitive edge now belong purely to the systems that can best mimic human understanding and responsiveness, but do it flawlessly and at enormous scale? It makes you wonder if the ultimate benchmark isn't just efficiency anymore, but how convincingly human the AI can be in its interactions.